Photography is about more than just pressing a shutter. It's about finding your own perspective, your own voice, a visual representation of how you see the world. Today, we're diving into how you can find yourself as a photographer, not in a technical sense, but as an artist. Whether you're shooting with a mobile phone or a dedicated camera, whether you just started taking photos or you've been at it for years, this video is for you. A lot of beginners focus too heavily on the technical side of photography. Now, there is something to be said for that. Obviously, there's guidelines and rules that we follow, and in order to master your craft, you have to understand how exposure works, you have to understand how your camera works. But photography, like any other type of art, is a form of self-expression, and what makes an image powerful is what you bring to it, your perspective, your view of the world. When you get too caught up in the technical side, you end up creating images that are technically perfect, but they lack something emotionally. And what truly makes an image powerful is about capturing a feeling. You're not capturing something, you're capturing how you feel when you saw that something. You mind if I grab a shot? You got a dope look, man. There we go. He's like, I already know how to work it. Cool. What's your name, man?
Dante.
Dante. Derek, pleasure to meet you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, I love it, man. That's what we all out here to do, right? I'm out here just trying to create a mood, trying to create a feeling. And you saw it right there. He said, you made my morning. And for me, that's what it's about. It's about taking this energy of the streets and creating work that makes me feel good. It's not about how the shot came out. And I think that's something that's different about as I've progressed as a photographer. It used to be in terms of, am I gonna make this a great image? Now it's, does it make me feel good? It made him feel good, which makes me feel good. And I'm gonna take that energy with me the rest of the day in the streets, knowing that is really the energy's flowing, I got the good vibes flowing. And it becomes less about what the image looks like and more about the moment itself. It took me a long time to hone in on not just what types of images I liked, but why I liked those types of images. So I found myself gravitating towards dynamic light, patches of light, hard light, architectural compositions, interesting characters. And I've always loved trying to take things that are just everyday photos and find some kind of interest and intrigue in them. Like this is stuff that people walk by all the time. Just anytime there's work being done, anytime something's changing, a store is leaving, a store is coming in. This is just stuff that as I've gotten older, I found more importance in it. That's not gonna work. So this used to be Pearl Paint back in the day. And I don't know, it's just always been a cool building. And this whole block right here, every time I'm down here, I take a picture of it. You never know when stuff changes. I like telling the story of a neighborhood by how it changes over time. Now, it's often been said that comparison is the thief of joy. I like to think of comparison more as a distraction from your ultimate goal. When you start comparing yourself to others, you lose sight of what you're looking for in terms of your own progress, your own path forward. Social media is this double-edged sword for creatives. It provides a lot of great ways to get your work out there to the masses, but it also creates this need for validation, and it creates a lot of self-doubt that honestly many of us creatives already face. We already have imposter syndrome. We're already doubting the work we're doing. Are we creating enough work? Are we creating work that we're proud of? Is our work landing? Do we need our work to land with our viewers? There's so many questions out there that it can cloud your mind, and that in turn clouds the creative process. Get away from that. Really look within and focus on what you like to create and what your own personal direction is. Don't focus on creating for other people or what's out there on social media. Focus on work that you're proud of. Be authentic. Realness always ages well. What's most important for me when trying to capture a feeling is getting as far away from just focusing in the camera. I'll get my settings more or less where I need them, but this is where embracing the imperfections really stands out and shines for me, where if I don't lock focus on, if I get a little bit more motion than I intended for, I'm okay with that, because it's about capturing a vibe. And especially when I get into these areas where it's more populated, it's more hectic, I want to really just capture that emotion, that feeling of what's going on around me. So a lot of times I'll be out photographing with friends, and there's just a moment that something happens, we all just start cracking up. And I always love taking a picture of it. And it's never about like that portrait, it's about that moment. And it's usually blurry, out of focus, shaky shot that isn't composed well. But as long as I have some semblance of my friend cracking up, it takes me back to that moment. And the number of times I pull up those images versus the images that are finely composed and technically sound, it's the images that, you know, we were cracking up, where we look back to, bro, what were we laughing at? Why were we laughing so hard? It's just funny. We were living, we were enjoying the moment. Creative blocks are a part of life. We all have them. Progress isn't linear, and creativity isn't just this constant stream of ideas flowing to you. Don't let that throw you off your game. One great way to combat this is by doing personal projects. Personal projects are a great way to create without that added pressure of timelines and clients' needs. And experimentation is a great way to keep your ideas flowing without getting creatively stagnant. A great way to challenge yourself is by limiting yourself. So I'll often come out with just one setup. A prime lens, one focal length to work with, whether it's seen wide or seen more zoomed in and tighter. That thing that initially presents itself as a challenge kind of works in your favor. Like for me, I know that I only have to see one focal length. I only have to see one box out here. So if I'm shooting wider, I'm looking at only wider shots. Or if I want to take a portrait, I have to wait until they get up closer. Versus having a zoom lens where I can shoot wide, but I can also zoom in down the block, and it kind of throws my vision all over the place. It's easier for me to narrow in and lock in on just one focal length. And they're gone. So I guess that's where the challenge part comes in, is I gotta move my feet. My zoom is my legs. Now this last challenge is something I know we can all relate to, and that's just getting out there and doing it. You're not always gonna be fully prepared. You're not always gonna have the plan, or maybe have the gear that you think you might need to do it, but you just need to get out there and start the process. The greatest thing about mobile phones is having a camera with you at all times. Now, personally, I prefer to carry a standalone camera with me everywhere, but the important part is that you're taking photos of everything around you. The difference between those who do and those who don't is those who do don't make excuses. They make do. They just start today and they figure it out as they go. And you're gonna take some lumps along the way, but that's how you develop experience, that's how you get better, that's how you learn to progress as an artist. Think of how many people who inspire you started off in a much different place than they are now. All of them. If you don't ever start, you can't ever progress. Look back at your work, document your journey, see where you hit the mark, and more importantly, where you fell short and how you're going to improve upon those things to make yourself better. Progress is a long road, and there's a lot of bumps along the way. Don't chase perfection. What's so beautiful about life is all the flaws, all the imperfections, all the things we screw up, because those are the things that ultimately make us better. If you come out and you hit everything the first time you do it, you don't get better. Definitely have to be patient with progress and accept that you're in for the long haul, because you just have to trust that you're getting better and you're working closer to what you want to be as a photographer. And contrary to what a lot of people might say out there on the internet, we don't all have the same 24 hours. We live different lives, but fortunately for us, we also have different goals. What the next person sees as success is not my idea of success. Focus on what makes you unique, what makes you you. In a world where everything is over-curated and overproduced, be a breath of fresh air. Imperfection introduces a sense of authenticity and realness into your work. Don't shy away from it, embrace it. Take a camera with you when you normally wouldn't, and photograph everything you see. Go for a photo walk with zero expectations. Say yes to that gig you don't really feel qualified for, and find a way to make it work. Start that project you've been putting off for whatever reasons or excuses you've been telling yourself. Most importantly, make use of all the resources available to you and just keep creating. You never know who's being inspired by your journey. I'm Derek with B&H. Until next time.